Hi, this is Mayor Figueiredo, again with one of Our Town Business Edition, and I'm here at MORRE-TEC Industry with the president, Len Glass. Len, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for coming. It's our pleasure and our privilege.
Listen, could you tell us a little about background information on MORRE-TEC Industries, how you started, where have you been, and how you ended up here?
Sure. We started in 1987. My background really is as an organic chemist. I have my master's in organic chemistry from NYU. Thought initially I would go out and develop something that changed the world, and realized very early in my career that I like people more than I like sitting in the lab and creating chemistry. And so I changed my career midstream from laboratory position to marketing and sales. From 1977 through 1987, I started and was vice president of sales for a subsidiary of the Israeli government, which had as its objective capitalizing on natural resources out of the Dead Sea, the ancient Dead Sea in Israel, in the ancient city of Stone. One of those products that is extracted from the Dead Sea is bromine. Bromine is an element similar to chlorine, and my job was to promote products that were derived from that elemental bromine. The most prevalent of which was inorganic bromides used in photography. Again, it's a disappearing how should I say, industry, but all photo film and the development of film was based on a negative, which is a reaction of silver with bromine. I started with them in 1977, worked for 10 years. We developed a $50 million subsidiary out of New York, selling those products all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And then in 1987, I was offered an opportunity to go in on my own as their exclusive distributor. So MORRE-TEC was established in 1987. You might find the name a little bit different. There are two R's in MORRE-TEC. It's really an acronym for my kids. There's a Michael, there's an Alan who calls himself Ozzy, there's a Robin, there's a Rachel, my wife is Estelle. So hence MORRE-TEC Industries. And my wife, who was an ex-school teacher, developed the idea of calling us, bringing you more technology with the double R-E. We started again as a distributor for the Israelis in the area of bromine chemistry, and then looking around for other opportunities, we found that the Dead Sea contained a salt, magnesium chloride, which we then developed as an ingredient for baby formula. Today we are suppliers to the manufacturers of Similac. And then again, when one gets to be of our age, my age, it's also an ingredient in Boost and Ensure. So we are suppliers today to people like Nestle, Abbott Laboratories, and overseas Danone. Danone is the largest manufacturer of baby formula outside the United States. About 8 years ago, we looked at other opportunities because as a small company, we're always looking for a niche. And it was suggested of us that we look at natural products for skincare, cosmetics, and nutrition. And over the past 8 years, we've developed a subsidiary, Extracts and Ingredients, and we've cultivated a multi-million-dollar business supplying people like Unilever, Dove, Axe Ingredients for Men, etc., selling natural ingredients, pomegranate, olive oil, some more sophisticated oils and extracts for the personal care and nutrition industry. We have some very unique technology downstairs. We're able to produce very small particle size, so the ingredients that go into baby formula can be ground to a very, very small particle size, 1 to 2 microns, and then can be added to the baby formula as they do not dissolve in water. And that's made us kind of unique in the industry. And as I said, over the last almost 30 years, we've built a business. We have 30 employees. We are, I think, a happy group and a happy family. We have employees who've been here 25 plus years. Most of our employees have been here a minimum of 5 to 10 years. We work downstairs in 3 shifts. We are, I think, a company that's a model in the industry as far as what we afford our employees and benefits, how we treat our employees. We've had an excellent relationship with the township, with the fire department, police department. We are FDA registered. We've been inspected with that, by FDA. Never have they found a violation. We are participants in what is known as CGMP, which is good manufacturing practice. And we're now upgrading and continue to upgrade to become really a benchmark for food handling and food processing.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful history of the company, and
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us in Union
for coming.
Township. What's the mission statement here at MORRE-TEC?
Our objective is to supply products that are both reliable, high quality, and offer service that is really premier in the industry. We're constantly looking at ways to improve our product. We know we're competing in a world where there are some very large, major U.S. and offshore producers, and so the market is always competitive, but we want to stand out as being the best in our industry for what we supply.
And piggybacking on that, can you tell us a little bit about the multiple divisions that you have in the company? I know you started talking about who you work with, but if you could highlight some of the divisions.
Sure. So our original division was bromine chemistry and also specialty organic chemicals. We supply the pharmaceutical industry, the biotech industry, and really we are invested heavily in new products for research and development worldwide. Several years ago, we were afforded a Distinguished Supplier Award by Sharing, which is now part of Merck. In fact, it was the research facility here on Morris Avenue in Union. I think we were the only ones that ever received that award for our contributory efforts in keeping their plant running and supplying them a very necessary raw material that could not be sourced elsewhere. We are suppliers of basic ingredients, as I said, to the baby food industry. Several years ago, when the tsunami hit Japan, we found out that Japanese tofu uses a compound magnesium chloride, and the source of that magnesium chloride was the Sea of Japan. Unfortunately, with the radioactivity being prevalent in the area, we were able to substitute our natural product, which is magnesium chloride out of the Dead Sea in Israel, and I would say today we're supplying well over 90% of that market worldwide. And thirdly, as I mentioned, about 8 years ago, we decided to enter the market of natural products for cosmetics and skincare, and today we list people like L'Oreal, Cosmere, Unilever, and some of the other major formulators and manufacturers of personal care and skincare products all over the world. And we continue to look at opportunities for making small particles and niche markets. For a company our size, the key for us is to find a niche market where we can outperform the competition, perhaps supply something the competition cannot supply, and grow our business the way we have in the past.
What is something maybe in the latest product that you're moving on or trying to establish or trying to develop?
One area we're spending heavily is in the area of natural emulsifiers and surfactants. The world is turning green. The world is interested in sustainability and green products. And we have worked with an Italian producer to introduce natural products, namely olive oil-based surfactants and emulsifiers, which really are the trend in the industry. So our objective is to find natural products which can substitute for those that are synthesized or manufactured in the laboratory, and therefore really be able to supply functional products to the marketplace without destroying the environment or negatively affecting the environment.
So you're really an international company, let's put it
I think so.
Right?
I think so.
Based on our conversation.
Yes, I think
you
so.
are a little niche here that is in our town, but you're an international company.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk a little bit about the registrations and certification company and the high marks that you've received here.
Okay, historically as a small company, I think what we offered the market when we first started was a lower price. We were more competitive. Our overhead is lower. However, as time went by, being a small company became a liability for a Unilever or a major company. And so we took a look first at ISO registration, which became the standard of the manufacturing industry. We were very fortunate in receiving a grant from the New Jersey Department of Labor, one of 15 companies. So actually, we became ISO certified. We've gone through 4 ISO re-registrations. Never have we had a violation or non-conformance. So we've done well. As time went by and we became recognized really as a food establishment, since our ingredients go into the food industry, we then went back for another grant. So we became what is called CGMP, which is Good Manufacturing Practice. We are in the throes now of upgrading to a food safety standard, which is, again, going to be the standard of the industry. And as I said, as a necessary component of our approvals and registrations, we have FDA registration, and we've been audited by FDA twice in the last 3 years, and again, we have had no violations. We have not had any local violations, environmental violations, fire department, or what have you. We look to be a good neighbor, and we look, again, as a small company, understanding that we need to be as good, if not better, than a major company, and finding those niches is really our forte.
Well, and I thank you for being part of our town. It's amazing what you've done throughout the years.
We've tried.
Let's let our residents know, how can people contact you if they want information, number, website, or any social media?
Sure.
that you
Well, we
might
have a website. It's www.MORRE-TEC. Again, that's 2 R's, MORRE, T as in Thomas, EC.com. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Facebook. Telephone number here is a local number, 908-688-9009. We're a neighbor. We're here. We support the Chamber of Commerce, and we just did a Toys for Tots this past weekend here in our parking lot. We try to understand that we've gained from the community, we've given back to the community, and I think that my employees will also know that we are very charitable people. We've worked very closely with Salvation Army. We helped each other dig out from Hurricane Sandy. And, again, I think that that's really was part of my objective in establishing this business. I wanted a place where the chemistry between people was correct, in addition to the chemistry that we produce. And I think we've been successful with God's help doing it.
I think you have. I commend you on your innovativeness as the years progressed and what you've done. And I think it's wonderful that our residents will be able to understand. I've driven past this building many, many, many times, and now they can know what is going on in here, that you're a world-class operation here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's, for me personally, it's not necessarily financial success because we've shared it with our employees, it's shared it with the community, and as I said, we're very big on charity and giving back to the community and to people that are less fortunate. But it was really my objective to establish a workplace where people would feel good about working for us and what we're trying to accomplish. And again, I appreciate your coming by.
And in this day and age, it is refreshing to hear something
Thank
like
you.
that for
Thank you.
all of our local people and all people in our area.
Thank you.
Len, thank you very much for your time again. This is Mayor Figueiredo. We're at MORRE-TEC with the president here, Len Glass. Stop by one day, give them a call, look them up on Facebook, look at what they do, look at the wonderful products that they've affected that we consume not realizing. So thanks again for watching.